dealing with what you believe to be a UCASH employee or UCASH itself, just pay attention to the handle. Pay attention when the account was created, the amount of tweets, because that will usually be a dead giveaway as to if they're fraudulent or not.
Welcome to UCASH Interviews, and today we have Ryan, Core Support Lead for us. Ryan, tell me a little bit about your role as it, I understand that one of your roles is to make sure the users are taken care of, they're happy, their needs are met, but one area that makes up a big part of your role is monitoring fraud. Tell me a little bit about this, and I know you want to let your users know because this is a critical part of making sure everybody has a good experience. Tell us a little bit about some things that you want our users to know.
Certainly. So many of our users, I just want to be clear that a UCASH employee will never ask for any form of crypto or cash in exchange for services. So please just be aware of that. As well, if you're an active user on Twitter, and you see a UCASH account contact you about Ether giveaways, that is completely fraudulent. That is a scam. Please don't correspond with those users at all. And please, whatever you do not give them any Ether.
Thank you so much. That's such a critical alert. So tell me, I know you've mentioned in the past that people have tried to be you, have been an imposter of you within the different channels. Maybe you can sort of start as to what channels is UCASH on?
Sure. So UCASH is on Telegram, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter as well.
And customer support is available on all those channels?
Yes, and as well as our help desk on our portal as well.
Okay.
Now, in terms of scammers and would-be imposters, Twitter and Telegram are the two channels that you just want to be careful with. If ever you're looking at dealing with what you believe to be a UCASH employee or UCASH itself, just pay attention to the handle. Pay attention when the account was created, the amount of tweets, because that will usually be a dead giveaway as to if they're fraudulent or not, right?
Right. So a lot of your users are new users, right? So they just might be, like let's just say if you're on Telegram, what kind of advice would you give somebody who's new to Telegram, who may not even know how it works and what to look for? What's typically like an authentic person or a UCASH? Like what signs or what would they look for to make sure that they're speaking to a real UCASH employee?
Right, so all UCASH employees on Telegram are admins, meaning if you see us on the right-hand side where it shows all the people in the room, you want to see a star next to our name. As well as when we are texting in the actual the chat room, you'll look in the bottom right-hand corner, it'll say admin. So if ever someone reaches out to you and does not have those things and claims to be a UCASH employee, that is most likely not a UCASH employee. Okay?
So give me an example of how somebody might get easily fooled on Telegram. Let's just say believing that they're dealing with you. Show me how that might come about.
Certainly. We try to understand what these imposters, what these scammers are trying to do, and how they target would-be victims. One of the ways is that they will have a Telegram account that looks very normal. That's their way to monitor the chat rooms and see who is reaching out to us when they have an issue. Now,
so are they representing you, for example? So the person might have a profile, so they might have your name then, Ryan.
Right. So on Telegram, I go by RU, and if you look at my handle, it's Ryan UCASH. Now, if these imposters has the exact same looking profile, but their handle actually has an I at the end of my name. So it'll be Ryan UCASH. Or they can do
something very minor that will be easily overlooked.
Exactly.
I understand. So what would be the purpose? So let's just say, what would I gain from being an imposter if somebody has an issue? If they say, I have a problem, what can happen from that?
Right. So what they'll try to do is they'll try to reach out to you privately, usually a DM.
Oh, okay.
Or a
And what's a
PM.
What's a DM?
DM is a direct message, or PM personal message.
Oh, okay. So they really try to take you off the platform.
Exactly.
Okay.
When they try to scam someone, they definitely don't make it public. What they do is they'll try to target you individually so that you don't have people there to warn you about about what's going on. And so what they'll do is they claim that they can rectify your issue. They'll always use that term on Telegram, that they can rectify your issue if you give them BTC to this wallet address. They usually ask for 0.5 or 0.05.
Something that seems minimal, something that doesn't seem too, okay.
And, actually, 0.5 is actually quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, 0.5. Right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was thinking, you're right.
What they do is then they then say that once you've done so, once you've deposited the Bitcoin to this wallet address, they can then help you with the issue. And they use that term quite a bit. They don't specify your issue. They'll use broad strokes
as to how they can help out. So how do you stop this? Like, do you reach out to Telegram and let them know that you know what I mean, this is an imposter? Like, how does that process work for you?
So other users hate to see this as well. So every time a user encounters this, they will actually bring it up in the main Telegram chat room and they ask, is this person legitimate?
Right.
And that's when we catch that, right? Because they brought it to the public forum now. And then we can then encourage people to report that account, to try and ban that account. But it usually is very much a temporary measure, as it's very easy to make another one. And
until they create something else. And you mentioned also Twitter is another channel that where imposters and fraudulent activity can potentially work. Can you give me an example of that to sort of let the users and the viewers know how to avoid that? Sure.
So there is one person or group in particular that claims that they are part of UCASH and that they're giving Ether giveaways, right? So what you do is you deposit small amount of Ether, it's usually 0.5, and then they tell you that they will give you a large amount of Ether in return.
And do they actually do that initial? Is it kind of like those scams where you put some Ether in and then you'll get some and then they get you to put in more? Like, do they ever do that exchange? Or
I don't think so, because usually what happens is once you give them the Ether and then you realize you're not getting this large amount of Ether in the giveaway,
right? So it doesn't continue where they're trying to sort of get you to put in more and more to be able to. Okay, I understand. Now, how is Twitter reacting to how do you go about to let Twitter know that this is an imposter and
Right. So if you go to the fraudulent account, you click the three dots on the right side. It gives you a bunch of options. You can embed, report, all this, and you want to choose report. When you choose report, they give you a bunch of options. You want to select their
policy, I guess.
They're posing as our company.
Right.
And then you give them the correct company that they're posing as, the email to reach you at, and then any added notes.
And how long does that take around to be able to
it's very quick. It's about 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. And then Twitter reacts almost right away to be able to shut them down?
To report them is 30 seconds, but for Twitter to actually see that request and then get back, check the account and get back to you, that'll take maybe up to a few hours.
Oh, okay. So it's still within a 24-hour period, even though 3 hours still more damage. That's actually great. Right. So part of it is this, are you finding that then the training, sort of learn on the job for this fraudulent activity, the community is a really important source for you to be able to identify, because no matter what, you need the community reporting a lot of these things. How do you encourage that? How do you encourage the community to share?
Yeah, well, we would like people of the community to step forward when they think they've found a fraudulent account. Just post it in the main group, main UCASH groups. A screenshot helps as well. That actually helps quite a bit. And to report them would be great. And we would love to rely on some of our users to report them as well. So that hopefully that'll get Twitter's attention fast.
Okay. So even though I'm not part of UCASH as a Twitter user, I would be able to report them. I would be able to report them even though they're not representing.
Exactly, because I'm reporting them from my personal Twitter
From
account,
your
not
from a corporate one.
Yeah.
So, do you think that this is something, an issue that's across the board, or do you think it's very specific? Like, do you think that a lot of companies that start up within the crypto space are dealing with these sort of things?
Absolutely, and I think many ICOs have to deal with scammers. This is very much. The crypto industry very much is like a frontier, right? It's very much unexplored territory, not a lot of regulation. And much like the frontier, it's exactly like the Wild West. There's a lot of quote unquote bandits, right?
Right.
And so
there's no cowboy code around.
Exactly, right? So the environment, hopefully will evolve so that we can weed these people out much quicker, and then they will not be encouraged to keep doing it. But right now, you just have to be vigilant and be very cautious about people who contact you personally asking for
money,
for crypto, right?
For any form of
any kind of crypto,
any kind of crypto. Okay, well, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. It's been really educational, especially on my point. I've have not experienced that yet, so you definitely put my radar up. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.